Welcome, welcome, welcome to We're Not going to Just Survive, but we're going to thrive in our health, because surviving's not an option, but thriving is an absolute must. And so welcome everybody. I just want to talk to you today about thriving in health and not surviving through gardening. This is something I wanted to talk about a couple weeks ago, just didn't get the opportunity, so I thought it would be a good idea to bring it up now. Right now I'm outside, I'm walking, and so you may hear background noise and you may see different things, but just try to focus if you can, or just listen if you can. But I just want to share with you about thriving in health and not surviving in health through gardening. So I started gardening probably about 3 to 4 years ago. Now, mind you, I was not raised gardening. Wasn't something that I was doing when I was young. Wasn't something that my mom exposed me to, or my dad exposed me to, or my brothers or sisters or aunts and uncles. It was something that the Lord, I believe, brought me to so that I could see a different way of taking care of your health. To kind of see how people who are healthy and health conscious raise their own food, grow their own food, not necessarily dependent so much on the grocery stores, because we know a lot of the things in the grocery stores can be tainted. You know, they put pesticides, they do all kind of stuff to it, and that's what we're used to in the United States and America, is buying from the grocery stores. You know, everybody's so busy, we've gotten away from I'd say the pleasurable things in life, and we just started getting so busy we don't have time to garden. But gardening has blessed my life, and like I said, for the past probably 4 years I've been gardening. I didn't know anything about gardening, ladies and gentlemen, nothing. But I started helping out at a church, and the ladies at the church and the gentleman that was helping in the garden at the church, they knew about gardening because they had been doing it. They had their own gardens, they were raised garden, they lived out in the country, and they knew how to garden. So I just started going up there and helping them, and they gave me a little spot, and they kind of they brought some things for me, some seeds and some plants to plant. And I prayed and I asked the Lord to bless my hands and bless everything that I do and bless everything that I touch. And sure enough, the garden and the area and the spot that I had planted was growing. Everything was growing fabulous. I mean, I had chard, kale, different types of lettuce, tomatoes, onion. I planted garlic. We had sweet potatoes up there, regular potatoes, and red potatoes, white potatoes, sweet potatoes, okra, everything, peppers, hot peppers, mild peppers, green peppers, red peppers. I mean, whatever you could imagine, it was growing. And everything that I was growing, personally was growing as well. So I was going up to the garden all the time and telling the people in the church, hey, look, you need to come check your garden spot because it's growing, it's abundance. And they were like, well, I don't have time, so you can take it. And I would just I'd have so many vegetables, and it would just be phenomenal. And I'd even take things and, take it so that the people at the church could have it, since, a lot of people that had started the garden, they got busy and they couldn't come and they couldn't tend to it. Then I started my own little garden at home, and I said, well, let me just start in the pots. So I started planting different things in my pots, and that grew very well. So I went a little further, and I help out a school. I do some work for a school, and I talked to the principal about making some raised beds. Well, actually, no, I was bringing in all types of things and leaving them for the teachers. And so the principal, he actually came to me and said, how about if I try to get a raised bed, and then you can do some gardening with the kids and do some clubs or whatever, however you want to do it. I said, fine. So we have 6 raised beds, and every year I help the kids to get the garden started, help to harvest, go and purchase the plants or the seeds or, whatever we're going to plant. And right now, I mean, we planted cucumbers, zucchini, That's not coming up yet, but I see some of the flowers growing. The zucchini and the cucumber flowers are kind of budding now, so I know that's going to be successful. Chard, lots of onions, lettuce, cabbage. Our cabbage is growing pretty good. We have radishes, different types of radishes that's coming up. Potatoes, our potato plants are doing excellent. So we just have an abundance, and I have my garden at my home, and I have an abundance there too. The only thing I really didn't plant or was able to get since I've been gardening for the 4 years were fruits. But I did find out where some apple trees are, cherry trees, pawpaws. I don't know if you've ever heard of pawpaws, but pawpaws are in different areas, and it's like a fruit. I think it's kind of like a banana mango mix, but they're really, really good. And then also berries. So I know where the blackberry trees are, and so I'll go and harvest that, and I'll have some fruit, not a lot, so I'll still have to go to the store for that. But other than that, I mean, once the garden gets going, you really don't have to go to the store and buy much as far as your vegetables are concerned. You save so much money in the summertime, so much, if you start gardening early, start harvesting, and stick with it. I know we get busy. We always make excuses of why we can't do things that's beneficial for our health, that's good for us. But we don't make excuses of why we can't do things that hinder and tear down our health, and that's not good for us. So just think about thriving and not surviving. If you haven't started gardening, I encourage you to get up and get moving with your exercise. Start gardening, start growing your own food as much as you can. Going to the farmer's market and everything is good, but you got to just make sure that you know what they fertilize with. For me, I don't use anything. I just turn over the soil and get it ready, and I plant. And then if bugs come, which like last couple years bugs came really bad, I make my own little solution with Dawn dish detergent and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and both of those both of those things won't harm you if you ingested it in any way. But then you really wash off your vegetables really good so you don't ingest anything. But you just make your own solution, your own pesticide, and just try to thrive and not survive, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to share this with you. If you aren't gardening, I encourage you to garden. If you are gardening, then I just encouraging you to share. Let me know what kind of things you've planted. Let me know how it's going. I mean, I'm concerned about you guys, as I feel that you're concerned about me, because we're all trying to thrive and not just survive. So gardening is a good way. It's helping me health-wise, because I'm eating the food directly from the ground. I mean, it hasn't been tainted. And so that is the best food that you could ever ingest and put in your body. So I encourage you to continue to thrive and not survive. Start gardening, share with other people. If you know how to garden, somebody that's been wanting to garden and doesn't know how, show them. Get them some pots. It doesn't take that long. It doesn't take a lot of money. I mean, I spend maybe $40, $50, and then I start gardening, and that lasts me the whole summer pretty much. I mean, it's just, it's just me, but I can make salads. I can do things with carrots. I mean, I can do a whole bunch of things with the foods that I grow. And so I'm just encouraging you, like your turnips. You can do turnips and take your turnips and add greens to your turnip greens and different things, onions and garlic. It's just wonderful. So continue to thrive and not just survive. I want to hear from you. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know what you're doing to thrive and not survive. I hope you're getting out. I'm outside, so I'm going to start moving. I'm continuing to take my little walk. I hope you're getting out walking and getting that fresh air and that sunshine. It's pretty early right now, so I'm getting the sunshine, so I won't burn or anything like that. But I'm just encouraging you. You want to thrive and not survive. And I want you to start your garden, start getting gardening. I didn't know what I was doing. I had never gardened before, but by the grace of God, I prayed and I asked him to bless my hands, and he did. And everything that I touch, as far as the garden, it grows. And I'm surprised too, but what they say, all things are possible with God. All things. It might be impossible with man, but not with God. So I encourage you, if you don't know what you're doing, pray, ask the Lord, he will help you. So try and try and try not to just survive, but to thrive. God bless.